Hello. Um, hello everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Unscripted Pause. Um, I have new subscribers. Welcome, new subscribers. Thank you. Oh, it looks like I got lipstick on my teeth, but I don't. Um, so I was walking this morning and um walking with my new sweatband. I don't normally wear a sweatband, but my niece Jackie sent me a sweatband in the mail just out of the blue, just out of the kindness of her heart. Cause she like texted me and was like, "Did you get your sweatband?" I was like, "What? Like what?" And then sent me a picture of the Amazon package sitting outside my door. And it was she had sent me a sweatband because when I wear my hair straight, I have to get that professionally done. And so I don't like to sweat it out. So I don't always walk as much. So she sent me a sweatband. Um, Yeah, when I have it straight, it's somebody has professionally done it. I can't do it myself. There's too much hair, it's too thick. I just cannot get it straight enough. All right, not what I'm on here about. So I was walking this morning and I was walking, thinking about thinking about my situation, thinking about my unscripted pause, my unplanned pause. As I have a tendency to do, I was thinking about it. And wow, it came over me. So I had coffee with a friend, I don't know, about a month or so ago. It's not relevant. And we were talking about my situation. Um, and she was like, "Oh, did Tommy know that, was this plan? Did Tommy know you were going to quit?" And I said, "No, I didn't know I was going to quit." Um, and she was like, "I think you owe Tommy an apology." And I was like, "No, I agree." And I had really, she was right. And I had already apologized to Tommy. And then this morning on my walk, it just came over me. Because really, look, I ask God all the time, all the time. I just said, I ask God all the time. I ask God all the time to show me myself. And then I get mad. And then I don't get mad, but then I'm like, stop. I don't like it. But I ask God all the time to show me myself. And so this morning, on my walk, he very nicely showed me something. And what he showed me was that I was in a situation at work that I didn't know how to manage, didn't know what to do with, did not seek him, did not ask him for squat, I did not pray about none of it. I prayed about none of the work situation. Which saying it aloud, you're kind of like, really? I didn't pray about any of it. It was just kind of going through it. And I was so caught up in it in the moment as I was going through it. And I never asked for any guidance, never asked God, like, what is wrong? Like, give me some guidance here. Please help me. Nothing. And then I just up and quit. And so I just thought, hmm, I owe Tommy an apology. Also ask God for some forgiveness there because I should have been seeking his guidance, should have been seeking his guidance. Maybe I still would have quit. I don't know. Um, but I didn't seek his guidance in it. And but the lovely thing is that one, he showed me that. Hadn't seen it up to this point. Had not seen it, had not recognized it. But he showed it to me, which isn't that so gracious? Such a merciful God. But he showed it to me. And I asked for forgiveness. And he forgives me. Done. Done. Um, but the other like really beautiful and lovely thing about this is I know that even though I quit, I know that even though I did not seek his guidance around the situation that was going on my job or about whether or not I should quit or, whatever, he still makes it right. Again, I've said this before. It's not like he was surprised that I quit. It's not like I quit and he was like, "What the hey?" He wasn't surprised that I quit. Um, and I know he'll make all of this all right. How else do I have peace? Or how really? How else do I have such peace and joy in all of this? And so I just wanted to come on and I wanted one to share that because if nothing else, I try to be incredibly forthright, very vulnerable here. Vulnerable. I'm having trouble saying words. Very vulnerable here and honest and straightforward. And I try my best to do that. Was probably part of the problem at my job that I was a little too straightforward. But I digress. Um, yeah, so sometimes we have to be able to recognize where we have not let God in. Hmm. And I try not. I said this on my call with Judy yesterday, on the video with Judy, that I try not to talk like you don't ever hear me talking about the news on here, about the political climate, about racial injustice. Like you're likely not going to ever hear me talk about these things. I try not to get I try not to get like super spiritual, but spirituality is a huge part. My faith is a huge part of who I am. So those things are going to come up. But I don't try to get deep. I'm not going to start spouting scripture. I'm not going to start spouting scripture on here. Um, but I do think there's something to being able to recognize and asking God to show us where we've had a misstep, where we didn't seek him, where we didn't listen to him. Hmm. And then just ask for forgiveness and and move on and learn from it, right? Learn from it. And so I think the biggest thing I I've learned many things since I quit my job without having another one. But one of the things that I've learned is that, and which is what God just showed me today on my walk, is this idea of like why, like there's really I have to really kind of reflect on why all of that was happening to me, because I didn't just like I'm not going to go into the story, but I didn't just up and quit one day. I didn't just randomly quit. There's a story. Things were happening. Um, but why didn't I seek him? I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not. Nobody is. I like to think I'm perfect sometimes. That's really a whole nother video. Um, but I'm not, and I'm super hard on myself when I'm not perfect, when I make mistakes, and God is working with me on that. But this is why I think there's sometimes our missteps that we make that we do really have to reflect and say, I wonder, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I seek God around what was going on? So I'll reflect on that. But in the meantime, you know, ask God to show you where you've made some missteps where He's concerned. Ask God to show you where you need guidance and where you need, you know, where you need to be thinking different and doing differently, thinking differently and doing differently. So I'm going to leave you with that. And I just want to say thank you. Um, yeah, thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. Hope that there's something that gets said that that resonates, that inspires, that maybe uplifts, that gives you something to think about, right? Yeah. So thank you, and until next time, be well. Thank you.